How's it going? I'm Ryan, and today I'm going to go over the one trade that I took on NQ. Essentially, break even. I was up over 50 points at one time, and it reversed and hit my stop. So let's take a look at the trade that I took and why. First of all, we'll take a look at the 1 hour and see where we are coming into today. So yesterday we had a pretty steep drop followed by some chop. We kind of maintained that throughout the after hours in the pre-market. We started to make our move higher, and then when we opened the day, we were kind of testing around that pre-market high that we established around like 19,790 or so. So for me, what I wanted to see is we kind of had these wicks in this area. I wanted to see a break above, pull back into this zone, and then continuation up to this next. And that's what my trade was. And then to the downside, if we couldn't do that, I wanted to see a break and maintain below this level, or potentially this here. It's like 19,670 or so. So coming into the day, we kind of found ourselves bouncing between these two levels. Like I said, or excuse me, sorry, that was later on in the day. We'll pull up the 5 minute. So what I wanted to see was essentially a break above this level, a pullback in continuation to the upside. We see ourselves bouncing between these two levels is what I meant. So I wanted to see a break above this level. We rejected off of it, came down to the downside. I want to see, clean break below this level. We didn't quite. We kind of held it and then made our way back up. We got a very quick move to the upside up into this next zone. And then when we pulled back into this area and showed some sign of a bounce, I entered long. And my stop was just below this zone. And the reason why is because we had this value area high right here. And I knew that there's potential for, once we broke out, to come back and retest this overnight value area high. So I put my stop just a few points below it. And I almost got stopped out here. It was a little under, it was like 35 points of risk from here to here. 87, 88 was my stop. My entry was like 20. And I was targeting this zone, the bottom of the zone, so like 880, 888, 890, somewhere up in here. So I was looking at about 65 points of profit for about 35 points of risk, about a 2-to-1. Like I said, nearly got stopped out here, and then we came up. Once we started to move up, looking pretty good, I raised my stop to break even, and we pulled back and stopped me out, and then moved up to hit the take profit eventually and set new highs on the day. So today was a little frustrating because, like I said, I was up over 50 points, about 55 points, and we were just about 10 away from hitting my take profit. And then I moved my stop up to just above break even, and then we came down and stopped me out for a very small gain of $30. And then continued up to hit what would have been my take profit. So I think the biggest thing here was my entry. Had my entry been in a better area, say, obviously hindsight's 2020, but if I looked at like the bottom half of this area in here, like somewhere in here, maybe entering down in here, as opposed to up here, then obviously a break even stop loss wouldn't have been triggered by this pullback. I would have had less risk as well, risking below this value area high. So that's something that I looked at after yesterday's loss, was how I can mitigate some of my risk by better entries with these 30-point zones or so, 30-40 point zones. If I can narrow my entry down to maybe half of it, then that reduces my risk significantly. So that's something that could have played a part today and could have captured that win, as opposed to getting stopped out at break even. So accounts are pretty much the same. Nothing, no real change there. Essentially break even, like I said, is $30 per account. So we're still basically where we were. Yeah, a little frustrating, right? And I think another thing is, like, once I noticed some of this price action, we get a good bounce off the bottom of the zone, as we would expect. We move aggressively up, but then we get this candle like a shooting star, looking pretty weak. And at this point, that is a lower high than here. So at this point, maybe I would have raised my stop even further and just accepted maybe like 30-40 points of gain instead of trying to go for the full 60-70 points I was looking for. It's a tricky scenario. I think it all comes down to just having a better entry, better risk reward. Because, like I said, if I entered down here, then instead of being up 50 points here, over 50, I would have been up over 60 because it would have been a better entry. I would have had a bigger move. So I think better entries are kind of the solution. From there, you can see we rejected off kind of the top of this zone, pulled back down to this zone again, struggled again, top of this zone before breaking up, and then kind of chopping around. So one trade today, that was it. It was kind of frustrating to watch myself be up quite a bit, and only to stop out for a small win when I'm trying to claw back after yesterday's loss. But I'd much rather have a break-even trade than a losing trade. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but we're looking to do better. So I'll continue to find ways to improve. But that's all I got. Quick video, like I said, just one trade today. We had FOMC, so I figured today might be a little choppy. I figured I'd take one trade if I saw the setup that I wanted. Like I said, on the hourly, I was looking for a break above this level and pull back. We got it, so that's why I took the trade. I felt good that if we had broken above that to the point and then pulled back into it with how it had been resistance the past couple days, that we should be able to flip it and get some continuation and make, with our forming of higher lows over the past couple days and higher highs, I was just looking essentially for continuation of a trend and felt like that was the best place to look for it. So yeah, it worked out to an extent. I just could have executed better, and sometimes luck isn't always on your side. Having it pull back to my entry and stop me out before making that move. So it is what it is, but stuck to my plan, took one trade today, and look to finish the week strong. So appreciate it. And thank you for watching. Have a great day. Peace.